Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nursyarah Nadarzi. Today we will present our topic assignment, which is the role of Aqidah and Akhlak in the development of the Ummah. Aqidah and Akhlak is something important in the life of a Muslim to instill a strong spirit of faith in their heart. A person who lives in this world without having the spirit of faith embedded in his heart belongs to the group that is deceived by pleasure of life in the world. Islamic preaching cannot be continued because Muslims commit evil and cannot be the best example to people of other belief. This is why those who live in this world without being guided by true belief and who do not have the spirit of faith in their heart will always feel happy in the world. But these people are not aware of the punishment of hellfire that has been promised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. Therefore, the people who believe in faith and monotheism in Islam and life in the world are an important thing to obtain good in this world and in the hereafter. A person who has shown his ignorance is in the knowledge of faith, Aqidah al-Iman, his faith will be destroyed and their deeds will be in vain. Lastly, Aqidah is not only important in Islam, but it is also important in life and human life for a Muslim on this planet. Those who live in this world without Aqidah are compared to those who are ignorant of Aqidah and are like blind people who are unable to recognize their own condition and shape.
Next, I will proceed with definition of Aqidah and Akhlak. Aqidah is absolute truth that were revealed to Allah's Prophet, peace be upon him, and which the heart accept without hesitation. Aqidah is the belief in Allah and everything that He is associated with, including His deserving of worship and lordship, His names and traits, belief in scriptures, messengers, and everything else that is true to the faith. Akhlak is natural character or disposition and hence ethics in Muslim theology. The Quran also emphasizes the importance of morally upright behavior as the cornerstone of a devoted Muslim life. Faith and ethics are linked in the Quran and further connected to the Prophet as a moral role model. That is all from me. To the next presenter.
Aqidah is a form of belief and faith that needs to be held firmly and earnestly so that it is well embedded in the soul and does not waver despite whatever changes may come. Thus, every Muslim needs to know the characteristic of correct belief. First, faith and confidence in existence, oneness, and the power of Allah SWT. Each planet rotates on its axis without any collision or disruption. It is same goes for Earth. There are millions of people living on Earth and they have many cells in their body and also has different fingerprint. Those prove that Allah SWT is Almighty and creates all this well. Second, not involved in committing shirk, which is worshipping and asking for help other than Allah SWT. A person who associates with Allah SWT makes his faith null and void. The person is considered kafir and Allah SWT forbids him from entering heaven. Third, believing and being confident in the Islamic Aqidah based on the Quran and Sunnah. These two sources are very important and cannot be separated at all because they both need each other. Al-Quran is a book of guidance and a guide for life, while explanation of Al-Quran we can get from Hadith. Fourth, no tolerance in matter related to the faith, the doubts and misgiving that are felt from the Satan incitement. Therefore, we must learn Aqidah so that there are no feelings of doubt and misgivings.
The next topic is about the relation of the Aqidah and Akhlak. Number one is the Aqidah. Belief is the basis of the Akhlak moral education. In Islam, consists of three main principles which are Aqidah, Syariah and Akhlak. Aqidah is the relationship between the human and God, Allah SWT. And the Syariah is the between the individual and the society. The last one is Akhlak, behavior that influenced by the value that a person believes. The next one is about the Akhlakul Karimah. Akhlakul Karimah, the noble morals that will strengthen our faith. In Islamic teaching, Aqidah is the main position accompanied by the worship, ibadah and morals, akhlak. With a good morals, that will be a strengthen our faith and to be perform our worship well. Number 3 is about the human relationship towards Allah and the behavior towards Allah that influenced by the Aqidah value. Also, and the last one is relationship towards women that influenced by the Aqidah value. In Islam, the morality is the reason why the Islam come. Rasulullah SAW was a perfect model, was said to be the example of the Akhlakul Karimah. The Prophet said, in that I was sent to perfect moral excellence.
The next one is role of Aqidah and Akhlak in the development of the Ummah. Aqidah and Akhlak are two principles of Islam that are essential for any Muslim. It is important in developing a perfect person and also capable of shaping all human activities, including Ummah development. Aqidah can be defined as oneness of Allah in worship and attribute tawhids, which means any action that Muslim do must be obeyed with Allah's commands. Aqidah can be as a guidance to human, which is become the primary internal driving force to stimulate and mobilize human mental and physical capabilities towards carrying out all Allah's commands in his life. Aqidah could help human in freeing himself from slavery to other god. A Muslim with depth understanding about Aqidah, they could gain trust in a solid and difficult foundation influenced by changing times. Aqidah also allowing his messenger, which is Rasulullah, with confidence that can reassure soul by holding proposition and not merely surrender to blind taqlid when they are explained about the Sharia teaching. Besides, Akhlak or morality reflect the inner personality of Muslim. Morals are a reflection of the Aqidah and practice of Sharia that is life. Akhlak play a role as an indicator of noble character formation in personal life. But in the nutshell, Islamic belief and morality in the human body is like a head. There is where the importance of Aqidah and moral in developing a perfect Ummah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will continue for the last part, which is the conclusion of this topic. Firstly, I can conclude that it demonstrates unequivocally the significance of Aqidah in a believer's life. The protection of Aqidah includes taking steps to make sure the religious teaching develop in the future. Therefore, during the time of the founding of Islam, Muslims were obligated to uphold their religions by jihad and were forbidden to do things that can invalidate the faith, because that act can result in apostasy. Next, according to the Prophet ﷺ, every child of Adam must have sinned, and the best of those whose sin are those who are repent. Hadith recorded by Tirmizi and Ibn Majah. This demonstrates that for Muslims, their faith is primarily motivated by their faith. Indeed, Muslims also are regular people who never hesitate to engage in unethical behavior. And the last point is, Aqidah has significantly influenced human behavior. As a result, it ought to be the focal point of the National Development Programme. The incorporation of religion's principles into all facets of community development, particularly in this area of education and training, will make sure that the current generation, whose mind and way of life have been so long perverted by scholar understanding, will once again mobilize Islah activities to build the community cohesively. That's all from us. Thank you for listening my group presentation. Thank you.